fails, the School of Athens is one of the Renaissance's most celebrated masterpieces. Painted between 1509 and 1511, it is a visual symphony of philosophy, art, and intellect. This iconic fresco, located in the Apostolic Palace in Vatican City, brings together the greatest minds of antiquity, individuals like Pythagoras, Diogenes, Zeno, Heraclitus, and Epicurus. Each figure is captured in their essence, lost in thought or engaged in debate, symbolizing the heights of human inquiry. At the center of this grand scene stand two towering figures whose philosophies defined the course of Western thought, Plato and Aristotle. Plato, pointing upward to symbolize his theory of forms and the realm of ideals, contrasts with Aristotle, whose outstretched hand gestures downward, grounding philosophy in the observable world. Their postures reflect their worldviews: Plato, the dreamer of universals, and Aristotle, the systematic observer of particulars. Let's delve into the life, achievements, and lasting legacy of Aristotle, a philosopher whose ideas have shaped fields as diverse as science, logic, politics, and ethics. Early life and education. Aristotle was born in 384 BCE in the town of Stagira, in Macedonia. His father, Nicomachus, served as the physician to the Macedonian king, which gave young Aristotle access to the Macedonian court and likely influenced his fascination with biology and the natural world. Aristotle was orphaned at a young age, leaving him to be raised by a guardian. At 17, Aristotle traveled to Athens, the intellectual hub of the ancient world. There, he joined Plato's academy, where he spent the next 20 years studying and teaching. Plato, his teacher, admired Aristotle's intellect, even calling him the mind of the school. Despite this praise, the two often disagreed philosophically. Plato's focus on ideal forms and Aristotle's insistence on empirical observation created a tension that would define Aristotle's independent thinking. From court philosopher to educator. After Plato's death, Aristotle left Athens and traveled across Greece and Asia Minor. By 344 BCE, he married Pythias, the adopted daughter of a ruler in Asia Minor, securing wealth and status. His life took a dramatic turn when King Philip II of Macedon summoned him to tutor his 13-year-old son, Alexander. The future conqueror of the known world, Alexander the Great, was a challenging pupil. Initially, the relationship was strained. Alexander, known for his fiery temperament, was not an easy student. Over time, Aristotle earned the young prince's respect, and their relationship deepened. Plutarch records that Alexander once said he owed his life to his father, but the art of living to Aristotle. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander was exposed to philosophy, ethics, and science, which may have influenced his governance later in life. After 2 years, Aristotle's work as a tutor ended when Alexander ascended to the throne. Aristotle returned to Athens and established his school, the Lyceum. Unlike Plato's academy, which emphasized theoretical philosophy, the Lyceum was more practical, featuring discussions on science, politics, and ethics. It became a hub of research and learning, with Aristotle and his students cataloging vast amounts of knowledge. Contributions to science and logic. One of Aristotle's most remarkable contributions was his systematic approach to understanding the natural world. He was a pioneering biologist, observing and categorizing animal species with meticulous detail. Although his tools were rudimentary by modern standards, his observations laid the foundation for zoology and embryology. For instance, he identified over 500 species and correctly noted that dolphins are mammals, not fish. However, some of his conclusions, such as the idea that insects are spontaneously generated from decaying matter, were later disproved. Still, his efforts to classify the natural world were revolutionary for his time. He also made significant contributions to meteorology and astronomy, although he incorrectly believed in a geocentric universe. In logic, Aristotle's influence is unparalleled. He is credited with developing the first formal system of reasoning, centered around the syllogism, a logical argument composed of two premises leading to a conclusion. For example, all humans are mortal. Socrates is human. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. Though simplistic, this framework provided a foundation for structured reasoning and critical thinking that remains relevant today. Philosophy and metaphysics. Aristotle's metaphysics is grounded in the concepts of form and matter. He argued that everything in the universe consists of these two components. Form is the essence or purpose of an object, while matter is the physical substance. For example, a statue's form is its design, and its matter is the marble or bronze from which it is made. Aristotle extended this idea to the universe itself, introducing the concept of the unmoved mover. This divine force, infinite and incorporeal, set the cosmos in motion without being moved itself. This idea deeply influenced medieval theology, particularly in Christianity and Islam. Ethics and politics. Aristotle's ethical philosophy revolves around the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or flourishing. He believed the ultimate goal of human life is to achieve eudaimonia through reason and virtue. Unlike momentary pleasures, true happiness is a lasting state achieved by living in accordance with one's purpose. Central to this philosophy is the golden mean, the idea that virtue lies between two extremes. For instance, courage is the balance between recklessness and cowardice. Virtue, in Aristotle's view, is a habit developed through practice, not a one-time act. In politics, Aristotle envisioned a government that balanced the wisdom of the elite with the participation of the masses. He believed constitutional government was the most stable, though he acknowledged that monarchy and aristocracy could work in theory. However, he was skeptical of democracy, warning that it could lead to mob rule if not carefully managed. Education, he argued, was essential to cultivating virtuous citizens and ensuring the stability of any political system. Controversies and legacy. Aristotle's views on women and social hierarchy reflect the biases of his era. He regarded women as inferior and believed their role was limited to domestic responsibilities. Similarly, he defended the institution of slavery as a natural part of society. While these views are rightly criticized today, they were consistent with the norms of ancient Greece. Despite his flaws, Aristotle's intellectual achievements are staggering. His works remained the cornerstone of Western thought for over a millennium, shaping the fields of science, ethics, politics, and metaphysics. Even during the Middle Ages, scholars like Thomas Aquinas revived Aristotle's ideas to integrate them into Christian theology. By the Renaissance, Aristotle's authority began to wane as thinkers like Galileo and Newton introduced experimental science. Yet, his methods and questions continue to inspire. The depth and breadth of his work make him one of the most influential figures in history. Conclusion. Aristotle's life was a testament to the power of curiosity and reason. From his early days in Plato's academy to his later years as a teacher and researcher, he sought to understand the world and humanity's place within it. His ideas, though imperfect, laid the foundation for countless disciplines, ensuring his legacy as one of the greatest minds in human history.